Well, good morning everyone. So I had a text last night from Bills saying, have you got your seed? And I was like, yep. He's like, right, the Harrow will be there in the morning, 8:30. So I've just finished milking. I think he's just turned up. I'm just opening a few gates for him and we'll get started. Curtis is here today in the Harrow, but how come you run these this roller behind it?
It's just an extra bit of compaction.
Oh yeah.
Just firms it up for the roller drill when it comes.
All right.
Just firms it up a little bit more.
Never had that. Never had these before. I know they use them down in Taupo quite a bit.
Yeah. No, it just helps. With to keep it a bit firmer for the seed.
Yeah.
Once the roller's been over it.
Oh yeah.
So
it all helps. Curtis is pretty much finished. He's just doing his last headland now. But what do you guys think with that roller on the back? It does a pretty good job. Leaves it so nice. Still real fluffy underneath. Nice seed bed. Beautiful job. These power harrows certainly tidy the paddocks up pretty well. But a plastic got wrapped around that one. Just like that, easy as. It only took him half an hour. It's only a hectare though. It's a 6 metre power harrow, that one. Obviously those wheels or rollers 6 metres as well. Tag roller. Jules just turned up. Take one of these bags over for him. Good afternoon. Here's the roller, Joel. This is what's going to put the seed in. So it's a 6.3 metre, I think, Titan. And it's just an air seeder pretty much. So seed goes in there and then they get sprayed out here in front of it, harrowed and then rolled. But he's going to double roll it just because it's a little bit powdery. Sam's just made a start. I've just shot back. So I think this paddock is pretty much bang on a hectare, and he's putting it on at 27 kilos because that's what his last job was. I said don't calibrate just for a hectare. And this is the grass, so it is a Legion at 21 kilos in this bag. These are 25, and then there's 4 kilos of white clover. So 2 kilos of large white clover and 2 kilos of small leaf clover. It's also got the AR37. Endophyte resistant, so it's coated seed.
Reflections of myself, I felt forgiveness.
So he's done the first run, and that's the run that he seeds on, and now he's just going to go over it again, which we call double rolling, just to get that more soil to seed contact. It's quite dry, or there's a little bit of moisture in the soil, but yeah, there's no rain on the forecast for sort of the next week, so it's probably probably good just to give it that double roll, especially permanent pasture. If it was only annual, it wouldn't be so crucial, but try and get it as good as I can. It's just going a little bit slower too, so there's not too much dust, or it's packing down. But you can see it's dragging these chains at the back too, and they're sort of just like marker arms, so you can see it dragging in the soil there, and you can see where you've been for next time. But it's come up pretty good. Since the seed's coated, you should be able to see it in here. It should be green, like little bits there. And the reason I use the roller driller is pretty much because it sort of scatters the seed everywhere. There's no drill rows in this, and for a permanent pasture it just gives it less space for weeds to come up, and it does a pretty good job. So with the annual, we always direct drill it so you can see the seed rows, and then in permanent pasture you can direct drill it too probably, or even cross slot it would look better, but I just think roller drilling looks just as good, and yeah, it does probably a better job. It's just my opinion. These drills probably aren't that common overseas. They are here in New Zealand. Most contractors would have sort of one of these. They're pretty good for like I said, your permanent pasture, but then again also you see small seeds like your chicory. I have drilled quite a lot of lucerne when I was working at Finch's with one of those, and also like turnips and stuff like that. Turns out I needed that extra bag of seed though. You always do. Just a little trick though, if you do get seed for your tractor drivers, get them a little bit too much, because when I was doing it you'd always get the exact amount for the exact amount of hectares, so you'd always drill a little bit under because you always did a little bit more because of the overlap, so yeah, it wouldn't go on quite to the rate people wanted. But knowing that, I always get a little bit more for the drivers that come, just makes it easier and I get what I want. Phil was saying though when he was here with the digger that because there is a drain that comes up to this paddock at ends here where I put that Nova flow through, but he reckons I could Nova flow it from right down the end there, and yeah, get rid of that drain, sort of cover it over, use pretty big Nova flow. And then it got me thinking, like, it'd be nice to get the bully in, take the topsoil off and push all this stuff in, and there's a bit of a hump in that hill there, or that paddock, so it'd be nice to sort of push that into the bottom. Oh, it costs a bit, but it'd be quite cool thing to do. You get two real nice looking paddocks from that, I reckon. Plus there's an old silage pit just over there in the hill, and that needs tidied up, so I don't know, food for thought. But it is great to get all that maize ground sorted now. That is all finished off, ready to start growing. I hope you liked today's video, guys. If you do, give it a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Apart from that, see you next time.